Hi everyone, it is the 16th of July of 2024. Um, would you believe I started the last one, that my voice went really weird then. I started the last one with saying that, oh yeah, I've made one note, and I ended up filling out I was going to move on to secondary school, I ended up filling out a whole bunch of stuff, but didn't actually um fill out the one thing I made a note on. So, hold on, let me make a note here. Right. Uh, so the one thing that I didn't make a note on was in year 5 or 6, and I talked about this. Hold on, can I get this right? I don't know which one it was. Okay. So I'll put down eggs. Oh. Oh dear. Oh man, it's happening again. It's happening again. Which I suppose is a good thing. I suppose it is. Oh, I had a whole like thing where I really got into skipping for a while. I'm gonna put a skipping phase. But anyway, right. Let's do two two things. Yeah. So the eggs. Right. So there was one thing that we did where had a bunch of flat plastic eggs where we had to attach coloured hair slash shoes slash bow ties. The goal was to get as many as possible with the goal was to do them all with no matches. I found it easy by dividing them up. Easy. Right. Right. Easy with an S. Man, it's warm today. We've had some. I mean, it is summer, I know, but we've had some. We've had a couple cool weeks, and now it's gotten hot, and it's like, oh, I'm not keen. I'm not keen, if I'm honest with you. I'm gonna have my drink. I've got my drink with me. It's happening, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. All the memories are flooding back. Right. Oh, okay. So, after the play day, it was like the final day, I guess. Um. So, year 7. Freshers Day or something? I don't know. I'm just going to call it that. Hold on, I'm going to look that up. What does freshers meaning? What does freshers mean? A first year student at university. I suppose it's more like it's more like an American thing, isn't it? Year 7 introduction day. I'll stick that in. And I'll put like a little thing in between years 6 and 7, I guess. What was I doing? So sports day in year 6 was a weird one, right? Right, sports day. So hold on. We were competing to represent our school in the sports day. I won the spot for standing long jump against John C. Yeah, we all had oh man, he wasn't happy about that. But yeah, I was like any sport event at all, any like PE, it was a case of, oh, there's a thing to talk about. That was weird. Like, oh man, PE in primary school. That was strange. That was weird. Would not pass today. Wouldn't happen. Just running around the hall in our underwear. Seriously, I know that sounds like, that's like, now, like, you think about that and you think that's so messed up. But it's just how it was. Oh my God, I remember. Okay, man, it's happening again. Right. I put PE here. Somebody. This is just something that's good to me. Tom W said, at least there was a last person to get changed. Teacher said, what's stupid about what Tom just What's stupid about what Tom just said? Oh man. Could you say like, oh, I'm not last to get changed? Like, well, at least there was a last person to get changed. Yeah, and she said like, what's stupid about what he just said there? Anyway, hold on, let's test this out. Oh, okay. That's whatever. Went to field to compete. Yeah, I was never good at anything like that at all. So the fact that I qualified for the standing long jump is a big deal. There was one. Oh, right, hold on. Vague events. Beamish. We're thanking. Ran a cafe outside of class 5. I was a waitress. Man, right. I swear I will move on to year 7 stuff. That was a random thing. We had to like run a cafe or whatever. Like our parents come and like, how may I be of service? Right. Went to field to compete against other schools. Nick S. from another school was there, who I eventually met in secondary school, and he was okay, but at the time he was quite unpleasant, I think. I'd just put quite unpleasant at the time. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. And there's another thing like towards the end. So John sees. I mentioned this in chatting with a friend as well. John C wants had something sticking out of his leg just below the knee. He was flicking it around and I was grossed out. Yeah, that was weird. That was so weird. He had something sticking out of his leg and he was just like playing with it, just flicking it, and I was like, oh, what's going on? Anyway, does that, you know what, that's, so I was going to move on, so let's move on. Now, year 7 introduction day. Now I'm going to make this, I was going to say, is there such a thing as a purpley green? And I'm thinking, not really. No. No such thing exists. There's no reason for year 7 to be green. I'm going to drag these all the way down. Going to do it longer eventually, but there you go. Right, year 7 introduction day. So there was one day when we had to go to the school. So Michael S and Gary B in hall, house, dining, lunchroom. That was who ended up in my form. So this is basically like on year 7 we went to it was before year 7, but we had like a day where we went to the school and we were like showing around. So was given map of school and rundown on things, and then we had a few lessons. So I'll tell you what, let's move you to here. Year 7. We had a few. There was a few subjects. Sorry, asking to borrow his pen because I hadn't brought a pen with me. Come up at the school, yeah. Now we had a maths class, and it was. I can't remember the teacher. It was a male teacher. I forget the name. Right. Probably don't need this many. Right. Right. So the questions was if prison guard locked / unlocked all cells multiple of 1, the next one did it in multiples of 2, and so on, what would end up locked? And it turned out it was to do with square numbers, so square numbers end up different because they have different to non-square to others because they have an odd number of interactions. Yeah, and that's pretty much, I think, everything I remember of that day. I think lunch, and this is when the unpleasant Nick S came back out. In dinner hall, at least I'm sure it was this day. Like during lunch, he was there. And he was like, "Oh, I remember you from the sports day, grr," or whatever. He became all right over time. Yeah, like eventually we're talking about Final Fantasy and stuff, but that's like years later. Oh, jeez, man. It's far too hot. Shouldn't be this hot. I've got a fan here. I should use it, but it's going to be quite noisy if I do that now. I'll go up at the window, one moment. All right. Right, just changing my seating arrangement a little bit here. I've moved my this probably won't last long. So I'm sitting on my chair on top of a pillow now. Oh, a stupid chair. I hate this chair. I need to get it replaced. I'm going to. wheel keeps snapping off. Right, so I'm sat on this pillow now. Makes me a bit. Takes me a little bit higher up. So I should add fun run, sport days / fun run. Fun runs. Right. That's what I remember from that day. It was like a one-off day, and then we actually started year 7. And I'm gonna say right now that secondary school. Delete the rods. I didn't enjoy secondary school. There's going to be plenty of things that I'm not going to talk about here because I don't want to. But I can make a note of them in my own time. Right. But for the things that I will talk about. So this is my first year in secondary school. So go to secondary school, new class. Our class is 7NY. It was the name of my class. So the school was each year was divided up into 8 different classes across 3 houses. With one of those houses having 2 classes in, the other 2 having 3 in. I think like cycled because they had like 7, 8, and 9s in each house. So each house had 8 classes in, 3 of one year, 3 of another year, and 2 of the other year, I believe. And so my class was 7NY, and this was the time when I had new people in the class. So I'm going to have things I remember. So I'm going to have like a general. There's a general thing. I'm going to have the different subjects. So I'm going to put tutorial. Tutorial was weird. It was tutorial. So I'm going to make a note of this because for every single. Every single year, right from the start to the end, tutorial was the same 2 times every 2-week cycles. We worked on a 2-week cycle. So there was 5 lessons. I suppose I'll write in the general stuff here. So general secondary school general stuff. Write about timetables. I suppose that's something I could do for the primary school. I mean, should I? Oh. Right. Hold on. Right, so timetables. So I remember the first lesson was general stuff. There shouldn't be vague event references. How am I doing this? Oh. But anyway, whatever. So tutorial. Let's just get this done. So tutorial for every single year. It was always week 1, Tuesday, lesson 1, and week 2, Tuesday, lesson 3. Every single year, because every class had their form tutor. But I don't remember anything particular about the tutorial of the first year. let's type up some. Okay. So I'm going to refer to my graphical diary here. So I've got it on my actual one here. So I've got a list here of the like the teachers. So there was English, maths, science, history, geography, German, IT, CDT, HE. There was two H. Let's do it too. So, HE textiles and HE food. Did not enjoy those. Right. RE art, music, drama, and PE. I really should do this in frequency order. So I'm gonna try to recall. So English was 5. I mean, if I could find if we've got like in the attic or whatever. So so this is across the 2 week. Oh, science 7. Math and English might have been 6. This is 6 lessons across the 2 week period. 6. History, there was 3. And geography was 3. German, I don't know. IT, the tech ones, they were only 2. CDT 2. And because we had HE and that up to like 1 and 1. RE 2. Art 2. Music 2. Drama 2 and P, I don't know. Let's add those up. Hold on. So this is 2. Right. Let's put these numbers in. So 2, 7, 3, 3. These I will definitely remember. 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Right, so the sum of all these, it should amount to 50 overall. 29. Oh, so if I put in, hold on. I'll tell you what I do remember. Don't ask me how I remember this. Drama, I believe, was week 1, Monday, lesson 5. And week 2, Friday, lesson 1. Because it was weird like that. It was sort of... It was... Because you only had 2 drama lessons, like so many other things, but it was always like, it was weird because we'd have one on the Friday morning, and then it would be like the next when we come back, there'd be on one on the Monday, and there was a big gap between them. I definitely remember that. I think it's my plan. I really let's just add some notes. So planner, drew symbols everywhere for some reason, and I coloured in timetable at front. Man, right, okay. So the planner was red for this year. It was red for years 7, 8, and 9. Right. Subject and then brackets. Hours per 2-week schedule. Okay. Right. Oh my goodness. Right. Year 3, it's come back to me. It's come back to me. It's all come back to me. Year 3. Right. See, I've got to do this. I've got to do this. Whenever a memory comes back to me, I've got to remember to fill it out. So, writing story. So one time I have to write a story. So, wrote a story about a character called Matthew and his sister. Fifi? Question mark. Where he had a secret laboratory and his sister kept messing everything up. Was proud that I wrote 14 pages. Was clearly a rip-off of Dexter's Laboratory. The other pupils figured that out. Yeah. Yep. Right. Back down we go. Okay. Right. So, let's get rid of that. Let's go through some lessons. English. Right. I mean, there's going to be plenty of like general year 7 memories. Room. In left. Room. Hold on. Put room on right. Facing inwards. In L house. I'll just call it L house. Okay. I was sat by wall. Well, I'm sat. How do I describe? I mean, it's easy to like I'm thinking, like, how do I describe this in words? Sat on table. Next to wall with door, but away from door, facing towards window, perpendicular to door. I only remember sat with Jess D, Emma. What was her surname? T, that's it. Matthew H, I think, horrible piece of work. And Oliver S, I think. There's one time we did some work, did work on alliteration, and Matthew H said, Almighty Oliver. Oliver said he was an idiot because it started with A, and teacher said it's about how it sounds. Yeah, I can't really remember. I think I remember one story. And anytime, basically, you'll notice a common theme here. You will definitely notice a common theme. One story started writing story, which was ripped off of Final Fantasy IX. Oh, there's a thing to think about. Because Final Fantasy IX is a game I've got a date on. I don't know. Ripped off of Final Fantasy. Yeah, but yeah, the common theme is that whenever it came to writing a story, I would always have to I would always just think of a game or a cartoon thing I liked and then just did that. Although it wasn't really a rip-off. It was just I sort of imagined those characters, I suppose. I put Final Fantasy IX characters. Right. Hold on, I should move those along a little bit. Right. I started making a story which was ripped off of which ripped off Final Fantasy IX characters. And for this one was on table away from door, facing away from door. Do I remember anything else about that class? Nothing that I want to... Nothing that I really want to talk about. I want to mention. Right, okay, let's go back to here because... here's a thing that I... here's a thing that I remember. So there's one time had to do presentation for class. Was going to do it about the local high street, but changed it to about PlayStation because I have a PS1 and I was very into me games and all that, like I always have been, as you know. Into about local high street, but changed it to about PlayStation. Did my presentation first. Melcy, sounds like one of the Spice Girls, commented, told me, this is the same one that explained how to do the bunny whoops thing in year 3. She knew I was going to do it about a local high street. Yeah. Since our parents were friends, and still are. Okay. Right. I mean, I'm spending a lot of time doing this, but it's still very very rough in a way. There's no, it's just sort of like listed out, and I mean it is divided up, I suppose. Right. Yeah. So I don't remember anything else about that class in particular. I'll just move on. Right. Right. So with maths, I was in set 1 of 4. So, for the first 3 years, so I was in top set, which was man, I was in the top. I'm going to move this pillow. Doesn't serve me good, but I need to get rid of it for now. Right. Wasn't top set. Mixed with other classes who did German. Yeah, because the school, it was divided into like half of them did German and half of them did French. So, who else did German? There was 7 GW 7. So there was N. So in my house there was NY. So 8. So there'll be 4 years that did French and 4 that did German. So be 7 NY. That was me. 7 GW. There was 2 other N's. Hold on. GW. N. This is something where I might have to ask somebody. There's R B in the one. Oh, okay, so let's write this out. Right, so there was NY, NF, NM. My friend Bridge was in NM. There was RB, RG, and RN, and then there was GW and GH. GH was French. An F and an M, they were both French. So one of these, RN, I believe it was. Hold on. RB. I imagine a lot of people are very, very surprised that I can remember so much of these things. But I do. So NF and NM were both French. RB. Yes, because I knew I had friends who were in RB. And GH. Right. GW. 7 NY, 7 GW, 7 RG, and 7 RN. Okay. Okay. Should maybe make a note of that somewhere. Right. Whatever, I suppose. No, I'm just gonna make. Okay, right. I'm doing this in my actual graphical diary here. I'm just making a note here. A. NY, NF, NM, R, G, hold on, RB, RG, RN, GW, and GH. So little interaction with the kids in GH. That was like when our classes crossed over the least. I don't actually know if there was any classes crossover because we had different subjects where different things would intersect, but I think GH and NY just never intersected like under any circumstances for the whole 3 years. Right. It was a top set mixed with classic German. Right. Sat. So first day, sat next to Tom M. On brackets the mate, because I used to call him. I eventually called him the mate. And yeah, I'm going to open up the curtains a bit. It's getting dark. Yeah, the sun decided to go away. Right, first day. It's up next to Tom M, the mate. Second from front on the right wall. Michael S and Gary B sat behind us. Now, first lesson. Teacher says. Teacher does the lesson. Teacher does the lesson. Teacher said. Split. She would be like. She had a weird accent. Like she was South African, but she didn't sound. I mean, she might sound South African. I don't know. I can't remember. But I just remember she sounded really funny. Like split 18 into bits. Right year 7. She'd say right year 7 all the time. Actually, teacher would always say right year 7. 7. One day kept a tally of all the times she said right, and it was very high. It was something like 50-ish. So first lesson, teacher said split 18 into bits, and then it would be you'd have to multiply them to get a big number as possible. Yeah. So, there was, I had a set of 4 coloured pencils, and they were Bodacious Blue, Rambunctious, I'm going to look at this, hold on, Rambunctious Red, Rambunctious, yeah, I'm just trying to spell it, Rambunctious Red, Mellow Yellow, and Gargantuan Green or something, I think. Question mark. I called the blue Bodicus Blue. It's a bit like this. Bodicus Blue, and Tom thought it was funny. Right. Then I called it Bodicus Blue. So I'm going to do a search here. I don't think I'm going to find Bodacious Blue. Pencil. Yeah. It was a set. It was like this weird set of 4 coloured pencils. Bodacious Blue. Hold on, I'm going to put them in quotes here. I don't think I'm going to be able to find any. But yeah, that was an ongoing joke. Vodka's blue. There was one time I also remember I repeated an advert. I found an advert. There's an advert on TV where it was sort of like BT or something. It was like this giant stadium. You can probably hear. Is that an aeroplane? Hold on. No, it's a helicopter. Helicopter flying by. Anyway. So yeah, so there was an advert. What's this groove under my nose? Under my nose. I once said it because there was a character BT advert. Ah, this is it. I did actually find this recently. Hold on. It's like, oh, connecting people. So when was this BT advert? From 2002? That can't be right. Okay, this is taking some time. That can't be right. Year 7 was 2000 to 2001. Oh dear, is it going to be? Okay, what's it doing? Why is it?
Shopify's point of sale.
Oh, no. Right.
What's this groove called under my nose?
Yeah. Hey, this advert here, right?
What's this groove called under my nose?
Piltrum. That's called your Piltrum. Or Filtrum, I forget.
Filtrum. We call this your Filtrum.
Filtrum. Oh, and connect people, and let's stop that there before the music kicks off. And then all these people are asking questions. It's like, oh, BT, connecting people together. But the description here says that the advert's from 2002. But that can't be right. I'm going to do a search there. Oh, actually, oh. Right. What's this groove called? Yeah, I mentioned that. Basically, what happened was the connection is that one lesson I randomly said to him, like, I just went, "What's this groove called under my nose?" And he said, "I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to reference that advert today." Like, and he said, he said, "Oh, when you." He's like, I came in today and I just knew, like, today when I started maths, I knew you were going to say it. And I'm like, that's so strange. Anyway, let's save that to my references. Graphical diary references. Nice. Okay. That's good. Right. I'm going to... advert. What's this group called? It can't be. It's a Filtrum. What a weird advert. But very 2000s. I'm seeing if I can find a date for it because I'm thinking whoever put that can't be right. No, can't seem to find it. Anyway, I can tell you now. That was year 7, because in year 8, I had a different teacher. Who did I have in year 8 again? Let's have a look. Oh, Mrs. Brown. Yeah. So, and you thought it was funny. One time, hold on, I remember. One time I gave Gary behind me 50p, and he said, if no, I didn't. I didn't. I gave him 10p, and he said, if you're 10p short of your uni tuition, don't come running to me, or something like that. It was something jokey. Right. Yeah, I do like that tilde. Short sign for approximately. Shorthand for approximately. Right. Yeah. I mean, okay. Say it one time. Teacher was saying that I need to stay back because my homework was often incomplete. Because let me tell you this, I absolutely despised homework. It was horrible. Right. Shall I move on to science? Like, see, like I've hardly done that much. I've only done a couple of subjects, and I'm already approaching what I've done here. Let's move this down. Ooh, maybe not that much. Let's move it down to here. Right. Science. I remember the classroom. I remember all the classrooms. I remember, let's go back to the stats. So, had locker, second from top of 4, right next to my form class. I'm going to put little song. I'm going to put little songs here. So, I had to come up with little songs. This is right. Okay. So, first of all, there was Axon's Curse, where I go, the Curse of Meti, which it's so stupid. There was also Human Sacrifice, which was, I want to be a human sacrifice when my days are numbered. And that came from although I come up with this, hold on, so this came up with a few years before in primary school, and I want to be human sacrifice for my days and numbers. That came from I have become a human sacrifice from Dexter's lab. And your days are numbered from Powerpuff Girls. Because there was a villain in one episode of Powerpuff Girls that was like a cockroach guy. I think he turned out to be. He was like a guy who like controlled the cockroaches, but I think he turned out to be a cockroach in like a robot suit or whatever. And he goes, "You hear me? Your days are numbered." And there's one of Dexter's lab where he gets abducted by his sister, Aditi, and they give him a big makeover. And he's like, "I have become a human sacrifice." So that in my brain went, I want to be a human sacrifice when my days are numbered. That was the tune I made up. And there was also the I Am Better Than You song. There's the I am better than you because I have red bits, and then the same again. Blue bits, and then Originally, it was I am better than you because I have red bits. They are better than you because they have blue bits. They are better than you because they have green bits. They are better than yours because they have yellow bits. They are better than yours because they have me. I am better than you because I have red bits. It's just like on an endless circle, like loop like that. But it was just like it was. So it started off with red. Let's put red slash whatever colour bits, and that was the song. And I mentioned that because I remember in science somebody James M. I actually this guy here, I've mentioned him before. This ties back to, you may remember right back at the start, where was it? Master. I think this is the master document. This was when I was talking about who I borrowed Mario Party from and what he was borrowing from me when I got a GameCube. It's that same guy, but he in science he parodied my I Am Better Than You song. I'm going to have to like record these. So there's the I Am Better Than You, then there's the I Am Better Than You, his version. So, okay, to do this, so he was just like, I am better than you because I have red bits. He'd do like that for a while, and then eventually, at the end of it, he'd go, I am better than you, I am better than you, I am better than you, I am better than you. Why? It's like really like Twitter. Because I have red bits, blue bits, yellow bits, purple bits, yellow bits. Just like cycling through all the colours. Man, that seems so silly. I am better than you, I am better than you, I am better than you, I am better than you. Why? Actually, I better label up these things, alright? First lesson. Outside of 4 coloured pencils. I call this bit Bodicus Blue. Right, let's move these down a little bit. I am better than you, I am better than you, I am better than you, I am better than you. Why? 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 The songs. Early on in registration. I mean, registration is sort of like, it's sort of like tutorial, it's the same sort of thing. Axon's curse. It's the same Axon. Calling Axon over and saying. The thing is, because I've. Yeah. Right, hold on. So calling. Never mind. So calling Axon over. What was his surname? And he said, what? And we both went. The curse of Matty. Because that was a thing that I used to do. The curse of Matty. Oh, headphone falling out. Jokingly called over Axon by saying, "Hey Matty, Matty." Even though that's not his name. Man, I'm such a character. With all these weird songs. Right. Anyway, science. That's fire. Anyway, the early lesson. Hold on. The earliest lessons I remember, pH. So, litmus tests and all that. It was the time of sex education at that time. Nothing particularly spectacular or anything really to mention about that. Just, you know, if you imagine what that would have been like in 2000, that is what it was like. What else? I can't really. No. I think I might have. So I'll just put Bunsen burners. Hold on. Let's move these down a little bit. So this Jackie. So someone in my class, Jackie. Oh, battery low on my headphones. Okay, I put my headphones away. Okay. Jackie C answered register in class saying Jackie has posted Jacqueline. I remember that. Thing is, tutorials are going to be hard to pinpoint because, like I said, it was the same every year. Like, it was the same. Because obviously, it was like with our form class, the same set of teachers, the same teacher. But anyway, I can't remember. So, like at the start, let's do the layout. So, at start, and eventually I moved. Hold on. Over to left, front, next to Jackie. In front of I just put and gang. Right. Yeah. Hold on. Let's check something here. Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, as you can probably guess, the big reason I've left this part blank here is because, like, I mean, it would be weird to talk about it, wouldn't it? And I'm feeling quite weird now, mentioning that. But it happened. I have to say, like, it happened in year 7, in science of year 7. Don't remember much else of science. I mean, obviously there'll be plenty of things that I would have learned at science. I couldn't tell you what exactly. Pestle and mortar, I think we learned about those. Let's hold on. Is it pestle and mortar? I got that right? Pestle and mortar? Yeah. Oh, that's a big image. One of these. Big things. Well, it's not that big. Right. One time. Answer the question with a drawing of a pestle and mortar. I remember there's one time when. Hold on. I had a question about what is used to decrystallize, and I put a decrystallizator. I didn't know the answer. I think that was year 7. I think so. I believe so. Right. I think, is there anything else? No, nothing there. Right. Anyway, moving on. History. I don't remember much of history at all. I remember, I think it's when we learned about the Battle of Hastings in year 7. I believe it was. Remembered it a bit. Was it Battle of Hastings? Hold on. I'm going. Okay, right. So I'm gonna. I've just got. Right, William the Third. That was much afterwards. I'm just searching. I'm just typing in names that come to mind. William of Orange, William the Third. Right. I remember the name Oliver Cromwell. Again, so that must have been something completely different then. I honestly do not remember the specifics. No, I'm just going to type in some names here. Oliver Cromwell. William of Orange. It's getting dark now. We'll turn my light on. Yeah, I don't remember anything. I remember. Hold on. I think I remember. Hold on. Let's. Layout. So, room between. Those two house blocks. Sat. I mean, this is going to be. I mean, this is where diagrams come in better, isn't it? Sat next to. Oh, right. Geography. So the tables. Hold on. So what room? It was the room in between G and the music block. Yes. Yeah. Tables were in clusters. So there's one time when bring a map or bring a picture. I was totally bad for homework. Homework was to bring in a picture but I hadn't. We had to map out picture. Yeah, one of them brought a picture of car and said, do I just label the pieces or something like that? Do I just label the car's parts or something? I guess. Right, bidding game. We had to divide. Was in group. It was called Group 3 with Nady. Yeah, because we put into groups and I didn't really like. I think I had to just sort of like fill this. I mean, I got on with Andy okay. Jay not as much. And we had to bid on segments of a map to put either housing, industrial, or retail or something, I think. We won the intersection. And Jay said a petrol station, because he was saying like, oh, we're gonna put a petrol station there, like that was a grand strategy. And teacher said, you should have listened to the rules. Group 3. Yeah, the entirety of Group 3. Is there anything else I remember about that? About our geography class? Tell you what I do remember. I remember one time head teacher wanted a substitute lesson. Substituted once and asked us who had the, this is the sign of the times here, who had the internet. Most people raised their hand, but I didn't, because we didn't have the internet yet, even though a lot of people did. I mean, it's interesting, isn't it, to think about that. But like, I remember 1999, and I've mentioned this before. So if I go to 90s, so where is it? Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. Yeah, I got that in. It was around the time we had Pokemon. That was like in the 90s. Around the time we had Pokemon. And I had like my dad had the internet and he was like, I'm going to show you the internet, I'm going to look at Pokemon. I was like, oh wow. And he said, it's the World Wide Wait. They say www for the World Wide Web, but I call it the World Wide Wait because you're waiting for ages. Yeah, I remember that. Right. this was the year where we had to mountain building. So we had to make a model of a mountain showing the elevations. I cheaped out and just used the paper provided. So I've got plenty of lessons to go here. German. Man. I shall be ending this soon. I'll do German, then I'll end it. Right. Oh man, German, I really, God, right. German was a good lesson. I like German. Teacher was a bit kooky, but all for the best. So we had. Do I want to do this now? Do I really want to do this now? Because I'm thinking I'm going to be delving quite deep into it. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do a few. Auf Deutsch book. So we had no, I'm just gonna I think I'm just gonna I'll just type out gonna write out some things here. Money. Hold on. Heft. Schmierheft. Is that how it's called? Yotta. Money. Hold on. I'm gonna put this in. Money slash. And a Baruda. There was blockbusters, word searches. There was a couple songs. So I put songs. There was you might remember in French. There was that song I showed before, but in German there was two songs. One of them I've actually managed to find and save. Oh, no. Oh, I can't actually. Hold on. No, I forgot. I don't have my headphones in because It's a good job that I've been able to find these things, isn't it? Nostalgia, eh? Remember that? Yeah, I do. There was another one though. Like, oh. Ich habe ein Pony. And there was another one which was like it was counting, and it was just aggressive counting. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. And I will get back to doing this, but I'm going to end this here, I think. Blockbusters, word searches. Was there anything else? I remember one time I remember Jay once saying, asking if homework can be blurred or langweilig, and teacher said 9. It should be super und spitze. Based on faces. Hold on the wall. You know what? Before I end this, I'm gonna try and 1 second. I'm gonna recreate that image. So, 1 second. Right. Just took a little break there to construct a recreation of that thing that was on the wall that he was referencing, and it looks something a bit like this. There's like, can it be? I think he said, can it be langweilig or bald? I think he said bald. And the teacher's like, 9. Should be super und spitze. But yeah. Right. I'm gonna end this here now. Man, I've realised that this is a lot. This is a lot. Well, I'll continue with this for a while, I suppose. And I'm going to have to find a way to consolidate it a bit, because it sounds this is very just stuff. What I will do is I will sort of at some point I will like make a montage, I guess, or at least have a folder where I can stock images, just stuff like that, I suppose. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.